Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Star Wars Rebels, Season 1, Episode 13, Call to Action, which sounds like potentially we're building into something big. I have absolutely loved the first season so far, so I am both scared and excited to see how it finishes. A reminder that, as always, you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon. Get that 2 weeks in advance, so Season 2 will already be underway on my Patreon, unedited right now if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can also get the edited version 1 week in advance, and sponsor shows and vote in polls for new shows, and yes, all the usual stuff. Let's go.
I'm honoured by your visit to Lothal.
My visit is hardly an honor, Minister.
I admit I was surprised to learn
You have allowed a cell of insurgents to flourish right under your nose. Am I correct?
Mostly.
And Agent Callus, have you just stood idly by while this...
Yes, he's a Ken doll. What else is he supposed to do?
it said their leader is a
A
Jedi.
Jedi.
As if leaping from the pages of ancient history.
It's not exactly that long ago. All of 15 years on the true.
Otherwise our problem might be solved.
It's funny seeing the Inquisitor look like a cowed schoolboy.
No.
They're so useless! Whoa. I love my team. This is going far too smoothly, far too quickly. Spinning it for themselves. Fuck. Fuck.
Every time we win, we lose.
Well,
I know it feels that way.
If not, if the signal comes from one of its own towers.
Fuck.
You want to use it to send a message to the people of Lothal.
Not just Lothal. One of those big towers can reach a few systems.
Yeah, we're not just... We do just want a small tower.
You like it? Are you in?
Count me in.
We're a team, we do reckless things together, and they cause me stress because the Empire is taking more and more note, which means the forces we're up against are going to be more and more competent.
No casualty.
Yeah.
Your rebel cell is more principled than others.
Others, sir? Oh, you mean there are other cells?
Cells, faction. I am concerned by what you allow him to represent.
Fuck.
By failing to stop him. Hope, gentlemen, is something I cannot have.
As if they are the only two people who have failed in this room! Oh my god, these guys are like, wait, what? The Empire I work for is corrupt and violent and just murders people? That message was not aimed for the two men who were just murdered. It was meant for these others. Ezra? And I suppose to the Empire it will just look like a wildlife attack. Completely out of control unless they put 1 and 2 and 2 together and realise that it could have been coordinated by a Jedi. But he has come so far in his training, bless him.
Good thinking, Padawan.
Okay, it's touching when you two bond, but
It's really touching.
let's move it.
But I also agree. Whee! Don't tell me it was still broadcasting. Yep. They were far too complacent with that.
We should reinforce security. No, let them believe they still possess the element of surprise. Lure them in and
Damn it, why is a vaguely competent person here?
Once the spike is uploaded, we'll signal.
And I spirit you away in the Phantom.
That's the
Oh,
plan.
this is too simple a plan.
Always go according to plan.
Uh-huh.
She's right about that.
I mean, it should work, but
What's with
you can't count on everything,
Nothing.
on every single possibility. Is this reminding too much of his parents? Because his parents risked this kind of thing and it got them caught. And they would have had contingencies and plans of all sorts. She told him yet.
Parents spoke out, and I lost them. And I don't want to lose you guys, okay? Not over this.
This is really good, sweetheart. The fact that you're able to tell them this.
We will take more losses before.
That sounds good, but it's not so easy.
I know.
It's not easy for me either. My master tried to show me, but I don't think I ever understood it until now. Trying to teach it to you.
Oh.
I guess you and I are learning these things together.
Yep, nice distractions. Oh, I'm so stressed because the Empire knows all about this. They're letting us get this close.
impossible.
We have to leave. Right now, call in Hera, we have to go.
Now you get one, so hurry up.
I know.
You and me both.
It's not time for cute little asides though.
Not a good idea, Spectre One.
Plan's changing. Just get your eyes on the sky. We'll meet you up there.
Plans always change, but this plan is changing horrifically.
Not this way. Back inside.
Are you crazy?
Take the lift. Hera will meet you at the top.
Wait,
Oh.
what about you?
I'll take the next one. Let's go.
Oh lord, that's never a good thing when someone says that.
I'll be right behind you.
Oh. Fucking stressed. He's very brave, but this is... Straight out of a nightmare. My nightmare. Protecting his friends.
Where's Kanan?
He's sacrificing everything for you. Okay, quick. Fuck. I love Chopper.
Get out of here.
Not an option, Kanan.
No time. Go.
Oh,
Can't.
Hera.
we will come back for him. He would give everything for you time and again. Fuck. Fuck.
Whatever you want from me, you won't get it.
Sir, we have a problem.
Fighting for you. I'm not that
We
old, but I remember a time when things
can
were better
hit
on
that.
my phone. It's only gonna get worse.
win, but we lose.
Stand up and fight back. There will be loss,
He's learning.
sacrifice, but we can't back.
Yep.
Stand up together.
Unity. Unity.
As one.
He got the important part of the message out first, bitches.
You think anybody heard?
I think he
I have a
did.
feeling they did.
This isn't over.
No, it isn't.
Nope. We gonna go to war now. Oh no, that episode ended on a soul-crushing note. I mean, the message was inspirational. It stands to reason that the more as a rebel unit you make more, the more of a disturbance you cause, the more success you have, the harsher they're going to come down on your head. And that is exactly what we saw in this episode. I had a bad feeling, especially because, you know, we're 3 episodes towards the end. And so far each episode has been standalone-ish, but even shows that do standalone episodes towards the end, they do start to build up. I mean, everyone's in town. It's stressful. I really hoped Kanan was going to be able to pull off some miraculous last-minute jump into the sky and land on a speeder and speed. You know, like we pulled off miracles before, but it was the moment when he said to Ezra, I'll get the next one. It's never a good thing when someone says, oh, I'll get the next one. That means I'm going to sacrifice myself for you. But he knew the most important thing right now was getting them out of here. And yes, a part of him was still hoping that I'll be able to fight off the stupid stormtroopers when they arrive and then we'll manage to make a miraculous victory. But he could sense that this was more than just a simple getaway, and he sacrificed everything so that those he loved could get away. And they're going to come for him. They're going to save him. It's going to be fine because Rebels, this is season 1, so we can't lose one of our rebels already. Not happening. The discussion of the Jedi in this episode was really interesting because I know some people have questioned, I don't fully understand everything in the Star Wars universe, as you know. In The Mandalorian, people are like, Jedi, I don't think I've heard of that before. Or, oh, that's a really old children's story, when it's like, that's literally your recent history. Now, I do suppose part of that was the Empire willfully covering up the history of the Jedi, making sure that they were viewed as not real. I imagine that's part of it. But for this point, it's only been 15 years, and people are like, well, what's a Jedi? To a degree. But it is true that they have been utterly crushed, and those who survive aren't able to live in the way of the Jedi, as things stand at this point in the show. As much as, you know, Kanan is a Jedi, he is teaching Ezra how to be a Jedi, but they're also making allowances for how things are now. In the same way that Ahsoka and any other surviving Jedi, because I assume there have to be. I mean, we know Obi-Wan. We know there are a couple, but I assume there are a couple of other ones that I have yet to meet, maybe even we have yet to meet en masse as Star Wars fans. You kind of have to, I think, stay true to your ultimate principles and morals, but some of the teachings and some of the way, just because otherwise you can't survive. They aren't Jedi in the way they were. And again, another huge part of that is because the Jedi are split up and surviving. It's not like the surviving Jedi all went to one planet and are thriving. Now, maybe we're going to find out about a planet full of Jedi in a later episode, who knows. But every single person that survived, that was a member of the Jedi Order, whether they were a youngling, Padawan, all the way up to Jedi Masters, anyone who survived, they are off in hiding, doing their own thing, and some of them are starting to do rebellions and making sure that a hope survives and everything like that. But they aren't unified in the way that they once were. And the idea of both the rebels or any remaining Jedi finding each other, that is what must scare the Empire most of all. So as much as this is just a group of rebels who are causing a lot of disturbances, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not really that, you know, they're not massacring the Empire. They're not as violent as some rebels would be, because you can get that Gale Hawthorne mindset of, I must kill everyone in my path because they've wronged me, when that's not the right way to go about things. These rebels don't go out of their way to kill. Like, yes, there are times when they will do things that will cause the death of stormtroopers and bad guys, because that is the nature of war, but they don't go out of their way to cause the violence and the damage. And I think that does set them apart. It makes them in some ways less threatening because you lose less manpower, but in other ways more threatening because they inspired that hope, that sense of these people have kept the kind of morals that we wish the world we lived in had. And similarly, I wonder if the idea of a Jedi and a Padawan, as in like Jedi training a new generation, this doesn't suggest that we've just got a few lingering Jedi, they'll die out and then it'll be gone. The idea that Jedi are going to keep going would also be a bit of a threat. I do really enjoy all the mention of the fact that these aren't the only rebels, from whether it was the fake guy visiting planet to planet to visit all the different rebels, or whether it was in this one the guy being like, all of the rebels on other planets are more violent or whatever, and then Bob 1 and Bob 2 being like, huh, other rebels? The idea of unity is what we need, and broadcasts like Ezra's are going to help, because it's really easy when you're in this kind of situation, when you are, either when you're just an ordinary citizen trying to survive in the Empire, trying to just keep your head down, not do anything that puts you out, you know, not get yourself in danger or your family in danger, you're just trying to just live your life. It's easy to think that you're alone in feeling like the Empire is not everything it should be, that people are mistreated, that the corruption at the heart of it is wrong. Especially when you go to Empire Day and all your neighbours and friends are, yes, and you have to cheer too, but you don't know if those people are genuinely cheering or not. It is a very dangerous sort of regime to live under. And then, similarly, if you're in a rebel group, it would be easy for our group of rebels to feel like they are completely alone, that there is nobody else out there fighting for the same things that they are. Logically, you think, well, there must be somebody somewhere, but how do you find each other? How do you unify? Because if you were to get an invitation to come to a rebel meetup, you'd be like, well, that's definitely a trap. It is hard to form the true foundations of a rebellion in a way that can be trusted. But it can be done, it just takes time and patience. And I imagine that there are people working on that right now while we're following our little pocket of rebels. I don't want to think too much about the fact that Kanan's been captured. The Inquisitor terrifies me. I know this show has a slightly more... because in some ways this show has a slightly more childlike feel. I think it aired in a way that meant it couldn't be as obviously dark, but that doesn't mean it can't go dark. So I'm just stressed. Do not like it when characters get captured. Kanan's bond with the team, you know, he is the father figure of the team, one of the leaders of the team, the people that you rely on, that he's got so much left to teach Ezra. He and Hera deserve time together. Just there's so much that I want to keep seeing with our lovely little team. And I know part of me feels like, it's so soon. How am I already here? I'm also on episode 13 of a 15 episode season, so obviously I get it. Fuck. So I'm gonna go react to the next episode. It'll be up tomorrow when, yes. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.